Russell Westbrook has officially signed with the Los Angeles Clippers. He stays in LA. Are they going to regret it? Let's talk about it in this video. What up, everybody? It's your boy Sub up in here. And man, I'm getting hyped, man. I'm just enjoying making some videos, talking to y'all on the camera right here. If you brand new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. If you feeling these vibes, bro. Russell Westbrook has been the talk of the NBA season, for the good, for the bad, a lot of the times for the worse, unfortunately. Number one, I'm going to go ahead and put that disclaimer that I 100% agree that this brother is a 100% Hall of Famer, top 75 player. We have to obviously give that credit, because I don't like when people denigrate him too much that they literally forget who he was as a player, especially during his prime. So I'm giving Brody that respect that he deserves. But that being said, let's get right to it, right? Brody was with the Lakers last season, this season, and it just did not fit, bro. If you were a Lakers fan, if you watch a lot of the games like I always do, Bulls fan first is who I am, but because of LeBron and his greatness and not many years left, my son, he loves LeBron. I gotta watch LeBron. I watch the Lakers. Brody comes with that package, at least for the past year and a half, and it just didn't click, bro. It didn't click. Had some good games. Love to see it. Gotta give him respect. He came off the bench. Just didn't work out eventually. Small glimpse, but you saw what they had with D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley in the full starting lineup. It looked great. But let's go back to Westbrook, right? It just didn't fit. And he obviously got traded to Utah. There's no way in the world that this brother was going to play for the Utah Jazz. It just was not going to happen, okay? And obviously now it kind of narrowed down to a couple of teams, right? Miami Heat was one. The Chicago Bulls, who I wanted, was one. Washington Wizards, he had Beal, Kuz. That was another one. And then, of course, was the Clippers. Now, I was seeing so many different reports. Some reports saying it's not going to be the Clippers. Some reports saying he's leaning towards Chicago. Some reports saying it's going to go to Miami. That's just what it is, bro. It's just all just speculation, man. People just are excited. We all are. We want to kind of follow that buzz. But what was official was Paul George actually mentioning that he would love to get Brody back. Okay, so that's definitely something that's legit. They play with each other in OKC, and obviously they have that chemistry. You know what I'm trying to say? So he was obviously a big proponent. And obviously with the Clippers, you notice that Kawhi just ain't playing the way that, Kawhi did a couple years ago, in Toronto, and then obviously Clippers in the beginning. He's just not playing the way that we're accustomed. Now, granted, he's coming back off that injury, the ACL. He's had some big games, but when you look at, the day-to-day Clippers, Kawhi just doesn't have that yet. But look, I'm not hating on that. It takes time to come back. Look at Durant isn't something else, bro. This brother came back from an Achilles and played even better than he did before injuries. That's just insane. But look at Clay. You know what I'm trying to say? He had a similar injury and, took a season to come back. So by playoff time, I don't think there's going to be many excuses for Kawhi. But definitely, you look at Kawhi, you look at Paul George, you look at Russell Westbrook as your big three. You got Zubac, of course. They have Eric Gordon, bro. That was a great acquisition. You have Covington. You have such a stacked team, bro. Like, this team is just doing it all, right? They got my man contending for the sixth man. Two people on the Clippers now are both contending for sixth man, Powell and Russell Westbrook. That's insane, bro. Now you got them on the same team, but Russ most likely will be starting. And on paper, this team is stacked. I will say one thing. Morris, he's a vocal brother. And if the Clippers start seeing what Westbrook would do with the Lakers, which they probably will, he ain't gonna take it easy. That's just my assumption, okay? But anyways, the Los Angeles Clippers, bro, they are stacked on paper. They have a great squad. They have so many role players, and they have a great coach. And if there's one coach that can make Russ play, to his strengths, that's my man Lou, okay? Now, that being said, check out this analogy. The Clippers are a more advanced and or mature version than the Grizzlies. Now, what do I mean by that? Is right now when you look at like the most hated teams or criticized teams in the league, obviously right now what's really trending is the Grizzlies, right? When you look at Brooks and you look at Ja and all these people, they'll be making comments and stuff like that. It's very easy to hate on this team, or to say that they're too cocky or they're not there yet. The Warriors have publicly said it, like Draymond Green, etc., Clay. Like, they just say things that really can cause people to like look downward upon them, right? Not to say that they don't have talent. Now the Clippers, they may not be as vocal, but they just are that team. That's why they're the mature one. They've been that team. Why? Because, you get this brother Kawhi right after winning a ring going to this team. You got Paul George going in this team. It was a super team at one point, right? And many may view it still as a super team because they got so much depth. They got a great coach. And they're just that team that's just kind of like those bullies, right? They're like an older version of the Grizzlies. They're just bullies, and they play right in your face basketball. And they had high expectations. There were, if you go back to First Take and all these shows, Clippers were like the team to win it all prior to Kawhi getting injured. And when they didn't do that, they would get hated on because Luka ate them all by himself, bro. Like, Luka killed them, right? And obviously they had a series where they beat Luka, but Luka really kind of like showcased who he is against this Clippers team in the playoffs. So the thing about this whole thing going to Russell Westbrook, right? This is all to illustrate Russell Westbrook is, man, if the Clippers do well, then Russell Westbrook is going to get a lot of praise. His career is going to be saved. It's going to be really solid to see. Not to say that his career is gone forever, but, it can really click if it goes well. But, man, if the Clippers start doing bad, bro, because, when they play against the Lakers, they playing like straight up Bulls Jordan team. That's what everybody says. But when they play other teams, they don't look like that. Even though they're the fourth seed. If the Clippers start going on a losing streak, if they get eliminated like a sweep in the playoffs or even the first rounds, Russell Westbrook is going to get a lot of hate. But it ain't just going to be him. It's going to be Paul George. It's going to be Kawhi. That's just what comes with the package. When you want a low-key team like the Bulls, and even if you just make the playoff for them, that's huge. You carry this team to the playoffs. It's a lot different when you have a team with a lot of expectations, and that's what the Clippers are, bro. There's a lot of expectations for this team, and the players on that team are not as revered as LeBron James, etc. So if they lose, Kawhi's going to get heat, Paul George is going to get heat, Russell Westbrook's going to get heat. So there's a lot of risk, there's a lot of reward, but you know what I'm saying? That's just what the NBA is all about. So that's the truth about the Clippers, signing Russell Westbrook. Are they going to regret it? Only time will tell, but you know what I'm saying? Zubac is going to be the key, not the key, but he's going to be a huge piece. That's what I'll say, bro. Because you look at Russ with big men who are just stagnant big men, not like AD, like dynamic big men. You look at what he did with Steven Adams. You look what he did with Thomas Bryant in Washington. You look at what he did with Thomas Bryant in the Lakers. Zubac is going to be eating, bro. I'm going to say it like that. But anyways, I'm excited to see the Lakers play the Clippers in April. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be lit to see that, that game. But I want to hear from you all in the comments down below, bro. Do you think Russ to the Clippers was the best move? Should he have gone to another team? Is the Clippers the team for him? How far will they go? Does he elevate them to a championship contender? Is he going to ruin everything? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next video, everybody. And like this video if you haven't. Take care, everybody. Peace!